All right, guys, so I want to take some of these phrases and ideas to the track that I created, which mimics the progression from the tune 25 or 6 to 4 by Chicago. You definitely want to listen to that because there's like an epic long guitar solo in that tune. And it's a song that would have a long guitar solo. So you want to have some ideas available if this is a tune that you have the opportunity to play, so you can use what we're looking at in an actual context. And this is one of the songs that I use as my kind of like repertoire list within my class structures and things like that, because it's a good song to jam on. It's actually a relatively easy song. The progression for 25 or 6 to 4 is kind of this octave thing. Okay, and so it lends itself really well to using an A minor pentatonic over it for the solo. You can use other things, other notes and whatnot, but a lot of A minor pentatonic stuff is really great, and what you hear on the recording is also a lot of pentatonic oriented. So based off the licks that we've looked at so far, hopefully you're getting them under your fingers. We want to start applying these to the track so we know what they're going to sound like when we use them in a musical context. So number one here we have real simple lick, 1 and 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to play that with the track maybe 4 or 8 times and show you some ways to go about this. So here we go. Here's the track here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Leaving space here. Then I'll double it. No bar of rest. Double speed. Okay, so what I did was I played the phrase and I let a second bar just hang, just let the note hang. Did that about 4 times, and then I looped the phrase continuously. And then what I did was I actually doubled the speed of the phrase there. So it's a 1 and 2, 3, 4 instead of this speed. 1 and 2, 3, 4 instead of that speed. I doubled it. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So you end up getting that. So there are some games that you can play with these things rhythmically to get more out of them. Also notice the articulations in the slides. Other thing I want to point out is when you have a track like this, a progression like this, you know, the movement of this progression. Let me do a better job of demonstrating that. Okay, what's cool about this progression is that anything that you play in the A minor pentatonic scale basically sounds good, but what sounds really good is when you repeat the same idea over and over again as the chords move. It makes the notes sound, they have a different kind of feeling or context as the chord progression moves. So a really cool effect or strategy you could take with your solo, and what these phrases are designed to do is allow you the ability to basically repeat yourself, which is much more melodic and memorable from a solo standpoint. And for your audience and listener standpoint, they're going to be able to latch on and grab onto your solo and be more engaged and connected. So repeating yourself over this type of progression is really effective. Like a lot of progressions actually lend themselves to that. So we can play the same game with the other phrases here too. So let's say if we're looking at number 2. So there's the phrase for number 2. So I'm going to run that in the same way that I ran number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to loop it. All right, cool. So I did all those same approaches we did in the last lick. When I doubled the speed, I noticed, okay, that pick has to move pretty quick between the first two notes. So I wanted to use the hammer on it. Instead of picking down, up, down on that third note, I want to get that hammer on going. So the technique thing is going to play a role when you play in faster speeds. And then once I got rolling with it, if you get an idea of like, hey, I could take this in different directions, then by all means do that. Let this be like a springboard for you to move to different places, within the pentatonic scale, so that you develop a flow in your own ability to create your own ideas. And then if you caught it, what I finished with, I actually ended with the phrase from number 1, so you can start combining ideas as well. All right, so this is kind of the approach you could take when you're practicing. Use the track, and have fun with it. It's a lot of fun once you get rolling with these things. And in the next video, I'm just going to show you some other methods that you can use to put together some more phrases using the ideas that I've shown you here so far.